Good morning. Welcome to Franklin Presbyterian Church, where we are seeking God and serving all people. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I hope that my bandage here is not too distracting, but as they say, sometimes you're the bug, some days you're the windshield, some days you're the razor, some days you're the face. And so I thought better to keep the bandage on than have any kind of bleeding incidents while we're up here. So thank you for your patience with your pastor's ability to shave. Today, after worship, we will be having our fifth Sunday potluck afterward in the Cornerstone. You're all invited to that. That should be a wonderful time together. And next week, we will be celebrating the Lord's Supper together, and Pastor Bailey will be preaching for us next week. I invite you to continue to be part of our adult Sunday school on the book of James prior to worship on Sunday mornings. And then our adult Bible study continues as we continue our work in the Lord's Prayer. That's on Tuesday nights at 6:30, both in the Cornerstone or on Zoom. A few other announcements this morning. Room in the Inn. Do we have any more updates on what we need this week and next? Yeah, please.
Hello. Good morning. Thank you first to everyone who has helped so far with Room in the Inn. If you have done anything, please know I think you are spectacular, and I'm grateful every moment of every day. There is still more to do. This coming week, almost everything is covered except for innkeeping. We have Amy Gant signed up and no male innkeeper to stay with her. If you are a man and you are able to stay on Wednesday, this is a great week to do it because, as I've mentioned before, Amy is a seasoned innkeeper. She will be able to answer any questions and will be a really good example for you to learn from. She's also really pleasant to be around, so you'll have a great time. If you are willing to do this, even if you've never done it before, I encourage you to try it. You can ask me questions. I'm staying for the potluck, so I'm happy to talk about it. In addition, not this coming week, but next week, both Daniel and I will be out of town, which means that I will not be here and Daniel will not be here to help with setup or innkeeping or takedown, which means that I will have to depend entirely on other people and won't be able to help myself. If you are willing to chip in for this week, not this coming week, but next week, no, I will be doubly grateful to you. If you have done any of these portions before and are willing to take the lead on them with other people to help you, please let me know. If you've done any portion of it before and can't do it this week but are willing to answer questions for other people who might need to ask, are we doing this right, and can't get a hold of either of us, please let me know. But I can always pinch hit on any aspect of this except the first full week of February. I think the night is the 8th maybe, or the 9th. I will not be able to do anything at all. So if you are saving up for just 1 week to help and you weren't sure which one the 1 week was going to be, the first full week of February is the best one because we're real low on people who can jump in if need be. While I'm up here, can I talk about Bible study during Lent?
Yeah.
That's the end of the room and the end announcements. I will take advantage of my bully pulpit to talk about Bible study during Lent, which will not be a Bible study. I will be leading, and we are going to look at different ways of praying. We're going to look at a bunch of different practices of prayer that come from the whole history of the church, way back into year digits that only have 3, and up into the modern day. We'll look at some things that are word-based, some things that barely use words at all. We'll look at some kinds of prayer that involve physical objects and others that don't. So if you think you're really good at praying and you want a challenge, come. If you don't feel very good at praying and would like a couple of things to try on and see if they work for you, come. If you're really excited to do an adult study that isn't a Bible study, come. And if you're disappointed that it's not going to be focused on Scripture specifically, come and heckle. That's in progress, but it'll be Tuesday nights, as our Bible studies have always been, and that will begin the first Tuesday in Lent, which will be like the 28th or something like that of February. I think that's all from me. Thanks.
Thank you. A couple of other announcements. These glasses were found in the cornerstone around one of the Bible study tables. So these are yours. Yeah. Here you go. There we go. We got that. And tomorrow night we will have our session meeting. We will start with our new elders. We'll be doing their training at 4 o'clock. At 5 o'clock we will have dinner together. So those who are remaining on session come at 5, and we will have dinner together and do some work together around the dinner table, and then we will have our session meeting proper at 6 o'clock. All that's in the cornerstone, and I do have hard copies of the session packet available. If you'd like one of those, let me know after service today, and I'll get it to you. Any other announcements? Yes, Prentice. Yes, please. Okay.
That's disappointing.
That's because I'm not capable of running up.
Yeah. Come on down.
10 men from our congregation met on Friday to talk about the idea of forming a men's fellowship group, a very informal group. We intended to do two things. One was to talk about our background, the kind of backstory of each person, and secondly, to talk about logistics. Do we want to be a committee or group? Logistics, when and where. Well, the backstories were so fascinating, it was really a lot of fun, that we really didn't have time for any other discussion. So, and we got a bunch of interesting people already among those 10. So we decided to meet again this coming Saturday at the Cornerstone at 9 o'clock, in which the focus will be on what will this group be? What will we do? When will we meet? How often we meet? Et cetera, et cetera. And we put it on Saturday in case hopefully some of the men who are working or employed want to join the group. So 9 o'clock on this Saturday morning at the Cornerstone.
Thank you, Prentice. Any other announcements? Hearing none, let us call ourselves to worship this morning.
Good morning. Will you all join me in the call to worship? O Lord, who may abide in your tent? Who may dwell on your holy hill?
Blameless.
Your friends.
Nor heap shame upon their neighbor.